If you're someone who enjoys spending time by yourself, it can seem like an odd thing to others, but there's no reason why your preference for solitude should be any less valid than anyone else's. There are a number of possible causes behind the urge to avoid socializing or situations involving people, from certain personality traits and mental health disorders all the way down to just not having great social skills. Here are 15 real reasons why you don't like being around people. Number 1. You just don't like a lot of people. You have a small group of people that you enjoy spending time with, and you are not interested in pretending to like someone just for socializing purposes. Although you don't hate everyone, you are selective about who you surround yourself with and would rather spend time alone than with people you don't like. While this means that you don't go out much, you prioritize quality over quantity when it comes to friendships. Number 2. You're smarter than the average person. If you're highly intelligent, it's possible that you may not enjoy socializing as much as others. You tend to be more focused on thinking and taking action rather than being distracted by things like phones or popular TV shows. Instead of engaging in trivial small talk, you prefer conversations that involve discussing important ideas, working together to solve problems, and gaining a deeper understanding of each other. Meaningful interactions with those who share your intellectual curiosity and passion for learning are what interest you the most. To be straightforward, you dislike being in social situations because you often find them uninteresting due to the mundane topics and activities discussed by most people. Number 3. You have sensory processing sensitivity. Sensory processing sensitivity, or SPS, causes people to react strongly to external stimuli, which can be challenging in social situations. SPS is commonly linked to autism or ADHD. If you are highly sensitive, you may struggle with focusing on conversations in noisy environments and find it difficult to be around others. Additionally, loud noises, bright lights, and overwhelming sensory input, such as strong scents or many colors, can cause distractions. The sound of someone chewing may also be bothersome. If you find yourself needing more time to process information and feeling upset about things that others don't seem to notice, it could be due to sensory processing sensitivity. This is a genuine condition that cannot be easily switched off. Number 4. You're an introvert. Are you constantly being urged to be more social and come out of your shell? If so, you may be an introvert. Being an introvert is simply a personality trait, and it doesn't indicate a condition or ailment. Introverted people are often seen as shy because they're reserved and quiet, but this isn't necessarily true. Instead, introversion is primarily about how you like to engage with other people and how you revitalize yourself. Introverts have a different way of recharging compared to extroverts. They tend to feel exhausted when they spend too much time with others, rather than energized like extroverts. Although introverts appreciate deep conversations with their loved ones, they feel uncomfortable in large social gatherings. Therefore, taking a break from socializing is crucial for introverts to recharge their energy. Number 5. You might be suffering from certain mental health conditions. Some mental health conditions can make social interaction difficult. With depression, one may experience tiredness, sadness, or irritability, and a lack of motivation or enjoyment. Social anxiety disorder can cause feelings of shyness, fear of judgment, or embarrassment around others. Avoidant personality disorder can make it challenging to form close relationships due to feeling inadequate or inferior. Consequently, these conditions can lead to avoiding social situations entirely. Number 6. Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's syndrome is a type of autism that affects social interaction. If you have this disorder, you may find it challenging to interact with others or understand their emotions, which is why you may prefer being alone. It's considered a developmental disorder. If you find it hard to maintain eye contact or interpret social cues, you may feel uneasy. Additionally, others may irritate you by speaking too loudly, which can also be uncomfortable. As a result, your demeanor may come across as disinterested or disconnected, which can pose challenges in developing friendships and sustaining relationships. Number 7. Stress-induced social avoidance. Stress is a mental or emotional strain caused by challenging circumstances. which may be physical or psychological, with short-term or long-term effects. When life feels hard, it's normal to want some alone time. However, retreating from loved ones can become habitual, even though it's sometimes necessary. In reality, avoiding social situations can have negative consequences later on. If you don't spend time interacting with others, your connections with them may suffer, and you could experience frequent loneliness. Although it may seem simpler to avoid socializing, it's important to motivate yourself to engage with others before the situation escalates. Number 8. Your social skills might be lacking. If you lack social skills, it could be a reason why you don't enjoy spending time with people. This may make it difficult for you to form and maintain friendships, and you may struggle to connect with others or express yourself effectively. Your attempts to converse may also come across as awkward, forced, or unintentionally insensitive. There are various factors that could contribute to this. If you experienced frequent arguments or a lack of communication in your household while growing up, you may have missed out on learning how to start conversations or communicate your feelings. However, it is possible to develop and improve social skills with patience and practice. Number 9. You have a low opinion of yourself. People often feel uncomfortable around others because they doubt themselves. They may feel inadequate in terms of intelligence, appearance, or other qualities, and fear being judged by others. When someone lacks confidence in themselves, they may struggle to feel at ease around others. You may be feeling this way due to negative treatment from others. Poor treatment can negatively affect your self-esteem and hinder your career and goals. If this resonates with you, seeking therapy or counseling might be beneficial in improving your self-image and ability to form relationships. Number 10. You have trouble trusting others. Being around people is difficult when trust is lacking. There is a fear that they may inflict harm, exploit your vulnerabilities, or take advantage of the situation. Trust issues often stem from previous experiences where someone failed to meet expectations or betrayed confidence. This may include lying or disregarding feelings. Whatever the experience, it has had an impact on who you are today. However, it's important to not completely lose trust in people. If someone has mistreated your kindness in the past, don't let that prevent you from trusting others in the future. Just because one person hurts you doesn't mean that everyone will. Number 11. You're afraid of opening up to others. Being intimate means being vulnerable, which can be frightening for some. Opening up and allowing others in can be extremely difficult. Perhaps you are hesitant to be vulnerable with someone because you fear they will discover the real you and reject you. On the other hand, it may be because you believe you don't deserve to be loved or cherished. It's normal to be apprehensive about unfamiliar things and to want to shield yourself from harm. If you're very afraid of intimacy to the point of avoiding social situations, it can hinder you from making friends or going on dates. However, being around others doesn't mean you have to share everything about yourself. You can still have a good time with them without revealing anything too personal. Number 12. You've had enough of the fast life. In the past, you used to go clubbing, frequent bars, and attend wild parties for many years. However, you're now feeling burnt out and can't keep up with that lifestyle anymore. You don't even remember how you managed to party so much back then. Nowadays, you prefer to relax at home after work with a good movie and a drink of your choice. On Friday nights, you like to have gaming marathons or watch Netflix. And you go to bed at a reasonable time. This new way of life has helped you avoid hangovers, and you're sticking with it. Number 13. You had traumatic experiences earlier in your life. Experiencing trauma often leads to post-traumatic stress disorder, which can make socializing difficult and leave you feeling alone. It is understandable to not want to revisit the traumatic event. It's possible that negative experiences, such as being ignored or bullied for reasons like weight, disability, or other factors, may have contributed to your current feeling. If someone hurt you or broke their promise of never leaving, don't worry. There are ways to move forward. Seeking the help of a therapist is a safe space where you can work through your emotions and process them effectively. Number 14. You don't know where to set boundaries. You find it challenging to establish boundaries in your relationships, as you fear it might upset the other person, leading to rejection. However, assuming that everyone knows what is acceptable behavior isn't always right. We all have unique backgrounds and perceptions about what's appropriate or not. By failing to articulate your boundaries, others may behave in a way that's acceptable to them, but not you. When people disregard your boundaries and hurt your feelings, it can be frustrating and make you feel resentful. To avoid these negative experiences, you might avoid getting into new relationships where you would have to set boundaries and risk getting hurt. Number 15. You find it difficult to make friends. As an adult, it is quite challenging to make friends. Unlike childhood or teenage years where bonding could happen during playtime, group projects, or team sports, finding like-minded people to connect with as an adult is tough. With work colleagues and family taking up most of our time, there are fewer opportunities to socialize. As a result of your work and family duties, you have not been in touch with your friends. Due to your busy schedule, it's difficult to find time to reconnect with your old buddies or even make new ones. However, making friends as an adult demands extra effort. You'll have to plan to go to events where you'll meet people who share common interests. If you don't take the time to do so, you may struggle to establish a support network outside of your coworkers and family members. Here are 2 more videos you may find interesting. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share the video with your friends. And for more interesting videos like this, subscribe to the channel.